for Vitality. And very much so, they deserve to just smile after that game because they showed up such great performance against the team to beat here in MWI. Like, they got the record for longest game, I believe. I don't know if we're able to ever top that here in MWI. 26 minutes and 48 seconds long. Long.
You timed it?
No, I checked it right here.
Oh, I thought you timed the pause. Sorry. Okay, it's the game time. My bad. My bad. I lost track of thought because I was looking at the conversations that Team Ray Young were having, dude. Chiboy got her glasses back on. She's locked in earlier, and now she's locked back.
Do you think?
Off. Is it a lock in when she takes it off? Sue.
Or, in Athena's words, swag. She said swaggy play yesterday, right? Shoutouts to Athena.
She said swaggy play?
Yeah.
When was this? Match 4? It wasn't with me, no?
Probably match 4, yeah. Because...
in 2026, swag?
Yeah, we told her. Eterna loved it. She loved the term swaggy play.
I think it's a 30-year-old thing, you know? Maybe if you're 30, you like swag.
Are you saying she's 30?
No, I think it's... maybe. Dude, she's pointing at us right now. I don't know, man. It's very scary.
We're talking about Athena.
We're talking about Athena. Not Eterna.
Not
all right,
Eterna.
Athena.
She's pointing at us. I am scared. No.
You're
No.
scared. It's
No,
okay, right?
It's him, not me. Not me. We're friends, okay?
Oh, she did it. She did a band gesture. That's a band gesture in MLBB. I can't believe she just did that. We're still waiting, ladies and gentlemen. Please do be patient with us right now. Chat's loving it. At least chat's loving it, you know?
Loving what?
The banter.
Oh, really?
You're on MLBB Esports. See, I'm on MLBB.
Oh. I see you guys here a couple times. Interacting with them. Like, even Eterna one time, I saw her just chatting with the people in chat.
That's so unprofessional, bro. Chatting on broadcast.
No, she wasn't activated then.
Oh, well, you know, I would never.
What the heck?
What?
I just said you did too.
Oh, no, that's like my moderator, dude. I got Cloudy working double time, you know, at home, just on chat, YouTube chat.
Hello.
She's downloaded my personality. Now people are questioning. Okay.
Questioning what? Hey, don't read it out loud, please. I do not want to see that gesture.
It's a question. You maybe guys want to open up chat. It's a question, you know?
Don't read it out loud. Don't read it out loud.
I'd love to. Someone said, yeah, right, Miracle. At this point, we're reading chat, bro. Right? I mean,
Someone said hi, Brig.
I don't see it in my chat.
We need... What do we need?
We need Casters Brawl. I mean, this is literally... Wait, they're doing rock, paper, scissors. Wait, what are they doing? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I can't see the other one. Okay.
Yeah, same.
I wish we could see both sides.
So we could, like, at least cast.
That's true.
Yeah, but why is there someone in the middle, though?
That's a ref. That's the ref right there. Okay, they're slapping each other.
See,
in the
this
hands.
is what you say when you talk about personality, right?
Dude, none of the men's team have this. They're all so locked in, and like one guy's obsessed with King Bob or something.
What's the most we've seen from the men's during a pause? Like,
I've seen one of the players like from MSC. I think he like messaged some other streamer in game, and that streamer opened the chat while streaming, and she was surprised.
Oh.
I think the message was ALABYU.
Yeah. Oh.
None of you guys know.
I thought we were talking about like pauses. Like things players do during pauses.
Oh, during pauses.
Yeah.
All right. No, our players just, they joke around sometimes, you know?
Do they?
Yeah, in Indo they joke around, they have a blast. Some lean back and sleep.
Can you close your eyes during a pause?
Wait, is this a three-way rock, paper, scissors game? Because they're doing it now 1v... I swear it was a 1v1 earlier. Now it's a 1v1, like it's a
No, but they're doing something else. Like they're putting their other hand down. Isn't this like one of the...
Dude, I got no clue what this game is. You know what this game is?
Because we have some
Oh,
versions of this in the Philippines where you like put your hand down or like
You smack
tap it,
the
you
hands.
smack it when you lose, or I'm not sure if that's the same or
Is
they
this
have
what they
something
did
Hindi,
back
bottom
without
like
phones? I just play MLBB.
Same. Same.
I mean,
Same.
I love that Gideon's. Dude, I'm just constantly looking at Gideon. That guy is
Were
my
you
guy,
expecting
dude.
an answer
Dude,
from
no,
them?
I just want to see a reaction, and I always see a reaction from Gideon. That's my boy. That's why he's my father. He made me in a bat, by the way. Long story. Long story. Yeah.
You have a lot of like fathers here.
No.
Is Naisu not?
Naisu is everybody's father.
That's true.
He is Father Naisu.
So many. Okay, now it's a three-way drop
wait,
with scissors.
It's a 1v1v1.
rock paper scissors
She has to be out, right?
So
After that,
how does that work? If you're the only one who's different, then you what? Do you need one, just one, to counter you, or both to get out?
I have no idea. We have to ask them.
Chat, maybe
Chat,
knows.
chat. Does anyone know? Mirko's also a what?
What? I had no idea you were planning to do a Hirara cosplay.
The Claude is a pretty good pick. Against the carry, it's all right. Yeah, weak side. You know, you can just play around. You can just go over and rotate around. Lilia is really good at playing in mid, just clearing it out. You know what? All of a sudden, I want to stick to the game. Just be professional, Brick. All right? Be
Let's stop. Let's stop.
professional
Do we stop? Do we stop? They're suddenly.
here. Be professional. The phobias.
Bringing
Talk
up-
about the
yeah,
talk about the
okay.
picks. Talk about the picks. You know. Talk about the picks.
What else have we not touched on?
Sanford. What?
Huh? Huh?
Huh? What?
Can I ask for help?
Can I ask for help?
Like help from like Gideon dancing on the stage or something?
Dude, we need.
What is that dance?
It
Look at
turned us-
that dance!
I don't know what
I
that
don't
is.
understand. They seem so happy.
What?
No, they seem so happy, bro. We're
Must have
serious
been the
now.
win.
Can we not?
Yeah, it's the win. It was. Oh,
Yo!
we're back in the game. Turtle number 1, not taken just yet. Seda. Oh, black shoes from Miku. All right, that's it.
So they weren't able to reset for the turtle, it seems, and they just reverted back into farming for their own objectives, as Seda were very quick, as expected, to just secure that objective for themselves. So there's a very slight lead that you're seeing as of the moment. Nothing too significant still, though, but it's great because you're seeing them just really hold down their individual lanes and make sure that the matchups are going well for them.
And it's all about Seda now just playing the slow game after getting the neutral objective, right? Yes, Team Ray Young were able to get the kill lead in this game, but it's just been kills over on Fanhua. Those are kills that you're willing to give out for Seda, right? So right now, play it slow, play quick when you have the neutral objective, and that's why the Uranus is also picked up here. It's all about getting tempo over your opponents, and as long as you don't group up, it shouldn't be too big of a problem to deal with these AoE damage dealers from Team Ray Young.
Yep. Especially earlier, we saw how they were just able to split up who would go first, who would be the ones assigned to just take out the Faraga armor in general, and those who could just follow up in case things get wrong. But now it's Team Ray Young looking to group up down bot. Nothing that Guy doesn't really sense though. So things have been really okay for both sides. Just look at Jessica26 and Guy managing things really well in their individual lanes. Dodo, are they gonna go for it? There goes the back to shield unity. Bumps into Tan. Firaga armor so close to going down all over again.
Yeah, she's got the regen though. It's all up to Name, I'd say, before the neutral objective fight.
Ready
Be the one to
to
poke her out. So it's the fact that they got the regen out already.
இந்த பக்கம் பார்த்தா வந்து லிட்டரலி வந்து மூணு
All
டேங்க்
these shots from Nami, and that's why Team Ray Young are just going to look for Praya.
அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி
rotate to
ஆப்போசிட்ல
the neutral
பார்த்தீங்கன்னா
objective
வந்து
first, even against this tempo
மேஜ் இருக்கு
comp
அப்புறம்
of
அதுக்கேற்ற
Seda.
மாதிரி பார்க்குறோம் வந்து
Yeah.
டேமேஜ் டூ டேமேஜ்
Even mid
பண்றது
control's
வந்து
been
எக்ஸ்பர்ட்
too
இருக்கு
difficult for them, and look at how they positioned themselves around the bushes, approaching this objective. Not to mention the fact that Seda have also taken the advantage down bottom. Okay, that's the trade. That's gonna be a trade.
Yep. This is exactly what we were talking about earlier for Seda. If they don't get plan A, neutral objective, snowball out of team fights, they can just go plan B straight up, go into the bottom lane, play around this winning matchup, and put Guy into a winning to get into a good spot. Fanhua also holding these bushes, constantly giving vision to the rest of the team, and that's why, even though they haven't been able to get a single team fight win, they're ahead in gold.
Literally not grouping up together, but maybe right now they decide to do so. There goes the AOG, but the response with the Wrath of Dryad, it's just gonna hold Seda in place and not allow them to push through with that attempt. They seem to want to take on that fight, but Team Ray were just like, no. They're not. They got pretty much what they wanted, which are, I guess, some energy shields here and there, but the counter engage from Seda. Is it gonna happen this time?
They want to go for the turret. Tan is there, obviously, but it's just tempo again. They get the gold crab, and they look for the rotation first into mid. Guy stays in the bottom lane. And this so far has been a macro masterclass for Seda.
Yep.
2 deaths on Fanhua. The person you'd let die in these situations. Gold, I'd love to see that right now for Guy versus Quinn, because when you have a level lead in the gold lane, that usually means, you've got a quite significant gold advantage over your opponent. That's 700 on the board with no kills. And possibly a turret. There you go. Turret tier 1 down below, taken by Guy.
Yeah. It's been great for Seda.
Wow.
So good in terms of the macro discipline. You see Nora barely being able to join any of these fights, and it's not like they're even converted into fights, because Seda are just very picky with what they want to take on.
ரெண்டு பேரும் லைன் கட் பண்ணி மேன்ஸ் வைக்கறாங்க.
Always look for these potential engages, but even this just now, Jessica26, they'll have to pour in so much of their resources just to take this one kill. It eventually gets to become
ரொம்ப ஏறிட்டா. அதான் அடுத்து
another kill for them though, but Seda, now it's Guy also joining the rotations for them.
One thing's for sure though, they got the macro down to a T, but I think a lot of these individual mechanics haven't been shining too much for Seda in this game. It's just been Team Ray Young with the response. And they get turtle number 3. Final turtle of the game, 2-1 in turtles right now. As Seda look, they just trade across the board, but Team Ray Young have closing that gap in gold already. It was around a 1K gold lead for Seda. It's just slow again. Jessica, I'd say. A bit too rushed on some of those resources. Consecration popped way too early. I think the Revitalize as well. And for Name, spamming a lot of the poke, but not really respecting when she should recall. She's staying a bit too long in the lane. Had no mana to respond to that Team Ray Young rotation. But now, it's Seda looking for tier 2 down below.
Okay, creating space right there. Name and Fanhua doing their best, but it seems like Quinn just goes in with the blazing duet. Not sure if enough stacks were in it there yet. But they just wanted to allow Guy do her thing. Not that they were able to take the turret, but you could see how much they're trying to play around this gold laner. Seda have focused majority of their attention towards Guy, and Name doesn't seem to be as behind anymore. I mean, Doe doesn't seem to be as behind anymore. They're already both level 10, even though Tan has all of the kills Team Ray has been able to secure so far in this game.
They've got that better safe than sorry approach, Seda. Even earlier, Revitalize and the AOG utilized straight up after they saw Chiboy and Quinn walk up. Now for Team Ray Young, it's a turret down below that they want to take, but Seda have already sent enough members. Name recalling in the mid lane. They won't have the help of their mid laner. AOG!
Oh, they're the ones to actually go in first. The taunt lands onto G-Boy, but he hasn't used the Wrath of Dryad just yet, and they do not need to in order to get the kill on Fanhua. Real world manipulation also laid down, but Joe unfortunately could not survive. That's a lot of resources, but still Seda couldn't find a single kill on their side.
They've done a good job in the macro department, but again, every single time it comes to the skirmishes, when it's them relying on the individual skills and decision-making, it just hasn't worked out for Seda. 3v4, that was the situation that Team Ray Young weren't even hiding there in the dive for turret. But it was Seda who bit on that bait, walked straight into it. With Name recalling in the mid lane, and now it's Team Ray Young trying to utilize this advantage. Straight on the Lord they go.
Okay, they have the retribution still. And right now it's going to be Zoe trying to go in for the drive-by, but they're not going to be successful in doing so. The knockup from the Dark Wave as well, and the taunts keeping Zoe in place. Quinn going in with the blazing duet. Only trying to go after Name, but Guy shows up and they decided to not push through. Is it safe to say that at this point, it's really looking like just macro versus micro between Zeta and Team Ray, because it seems to be the case. Majority of the fights, it's always been Team Ray winning it out, but Zeta have been somewhat catching up, mainly by what they've been doing across the map.
So Team Ray Young now with a 1,700 gold lead. Jessica again revitalized. Together with the consecration, no one's been able to get rid of this Faraga armor.
Yeah.
Tan's just having a free day on this X-Borg. Again, the revitalize has only helped Tan to get even more stacks.
Oh, they're going for the sandwich play. RWM and the AOG doesn't land onto anyone. Flicker up from Nora as well, and it seems like they're gonna be okay. The last Insanity 2 is gonna push them out from trying to go for the chase, but the Lord is still up. They'll have to deal with it. Finally does go down. And now Team Ray are eyeing the mid lane. Jessica26 going down just like that, and Quinn with a blazing duet.
Oi.
Oh, gets stunned by the Backshot Shield Unity though. What an unexpected, at least Zeta gets some kills right now.
Way too aggressive with the blazing duet. Got one kill, did not want to go out. She thought she had it in her to go for one more, but again, punished straight up with the flicker. Can't purify out of that one. Can't CC immune out of that one.
Nope. Drag armor pickup for Tan. Right now, it seems like it'll be much more difficult to take out the Faraga armor at this point, because you'd pretty much expect the poke, the range to come in from Name, but even then, they're able to resolve that. Now it's Guy, who I feel like Team Ray would definitely put their eyes on. Oh, Jessica all alone here.
Yeah, a ton of CC on her. Pops into consecration again. Back to the slow game for Zeta and Team Ray Young. Not really gonna go for any of those initiations before a neutral objective spawns in the game. Just a bit of poke here and there, but so.
They want to take this fight? Fanwa now a bit too far from the rest of the members too, but Quinn is gonna be okay dealing with the rest of the backlines. Still survives even though gets to receive the damage from Guy, but Guy still finds her though. Now there's the Wrath of Dryad and the last Insanity, a response from Team Ray all over again. It's just Jessica26 and Guy left. They're doing what they can to get away, but the slows and the glooms are not letting them through.
A big win for Team Ray Young. Guy saving Zeta from getting wiped out now back to back. It's just the attempts from Team Ray Young reacting to the moves of Zeta. It's them who are actually walking up instead of utilizing the poke from the Eve. And you can see it all over here again. It's just misplaced AOGs, not with the RWM, and they pop the RWM way too early. They're playing this composition like it's an all-in comp when in reality they should be trying to get rid of the Faraga armor first. They should be the ones playing it slow, and it's Team Ray Young who on the other hand so now it just everything is conditions of Team Ray Young. It's all up to Guy to turn things around as we get into the live view.
All right, here we go. There's a Lord fight happening right now, but it seems like even before we get to that, they already take one down from Zeta. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade so far, but Quinn going in once again. Does he have enough damage? Not enough to take Guy down.
Top base turret, the minions are doing work. It'll get a base turret up top despite the trades happening. It's a 1-for-1 roam for XP. But now Jessica has to go back. They can't go for the Lord. And now it's Joe on Miku.
Oh, all alone. Guy will be there too, but it's 1v3. Still, they do find the kill on Miku. And that's going to be enough. That's all they wanted before this next objective.
And now it's a burst. Guy still has half of the duration of the ultimate. Goes straight for the Lord. Tan's getting zoned away by Name. Zeta.
Whoa. It's actually Zeta who secure this Lord. After multiple back and forths between Team Ray and Zeta, those team fights which seemed like they were really well punished by Team Ray, now it's Zeta turning tables, and that's the real world manipulation they used just now, but at least they have the Lord on their side, so they will have another chance at taking much more map control. But are they willing to fight even before the Lord actually gets here?
I'll say this though, when it comes to wave management, it hasn't really been Zeta's strong suit. Down below, they're gonna lose a base turret for free again. Both the side turrets for Zeta have fallen to minions. And now it's Team Ray Young, who, if they are able to defend, will have an advantage for the next Lord. Yep. It's the far lane this time around, and the base turret down below that they took.
It's gonna take some time for that Lord to eventually make it to Team Ray's tier 2 turret. And before it even gets to that point, I feel like they've already managed pretty much majority of their other waves, so it's not going to be as big as a problem for them. Seda still, though, making their presence felt, but I feel like they definitely have to address this wave management issue. But instead, they're going for another team fight attempt, possibly pick off onto Tan, back to Shield Unity, but they already have the immortality
Sans?
on their side. Sans already forced out 2, and they successfully take that tier 2.
Look at Quinn up top. Pushing already. They noticed the mistake from Seda, always grouping up for team fights. They call it a fight!
And they're gonna commit to this fight. No one's being sent back home.
Jessica.
Guy finds a kill, but Team Ray are trying to hold them in this place. No one's able to recall. Joe finds another kill, but it's a double for Guy, and it's only Jessica26.
Quinn's on it.
Quinn doesn't care. Revitalize already popped, but the minion goes down, and I think Seda will be okay and will get to extend this game.
The dives here for Fanhua. Immortality down already. Guy's gonna go in again, and that's gonna be under turret going in. The Dark Wave lands on both.
He's not gonna survive this. Name and Guy are trying their best, but there are only 2 members of Seda left trying to attempt for the siege. They'll have to reset, but at least they take away that purple buff.
This is a slugfest. Team Ray Young, they want it to be a slugfest so that Quinn can just go for the end, but Jessica, aware, noticed the push, went into the purple buff bush, recalled straight out from there, and was able to clear out the wave in time while doing damage to Quinn. But this has been a big problem for Seda. They've just let these side lanes go and push into their own base constantly. They have to remember that Team Ray Young have so many threats when it comes to backdooring, when it comes to going for those segue plays, especially when the Lord's up. These waves are going to be building up. It's a base turret. Even if you deal with it like the way that Jessica's been dealing with it, it's still going to be pushing back towards your base. So you're going to have to constantly send some people down, or you burst the Lord before Team Ray Young can utilize this advantage.
Honestly, Jessica26 will have to do so much given that. Random Giant forced out. Kibo getting bursted down. Nami actually picks up the kill, and they don't fight any trades whatsoever.
Look at Quinn.
Look at Quinn. All over again. Jessica has no choice but to stay in base just to anticipate these kinds of attempts.
It's a 1v1 every single time. XP versus Gold inside of the base. The minion's already down there as Seda go on Lord. It's a desperate rush towards the Lord for Quinn, but I don't think she can get there in time. It's a free Lord over to Seda.
They're not going to be able to contest. Name gets left behind though. There's going to be Nora going in with the Infernal Pursuits, but Guy's just throwing a bit too much of damage. Quinn is back, but Jessica is here to guard.
Sandwich maneuver. Joe's trying to go for the pick. Quinn, no flicker.
Oh.
Do they know where she's at? That's the question. No, they don't. Quinn gets the recall safely. And again, it's Seda who are able to secure the Lord, but Team Ray Young still have control over the side. I don't know, the first time, I like what Quinn was doing. It was unexpected, but doing it 2-3 times, Jessica's gotten the read, and the team desperately needs a damage dealer. Without Quinn, it's just Mikuli left to deal damage alone, and you can already see how it has impacted the rest of the team. Chi-Boy hasn't had the best of times, just being a frontliner, taking the single target damage of Guy.
Yep. The burst was felt. Look at her now once again, and the real work plus the AOG! Laid down together perfectly, but it seems like Team Ray are able to fight this under the turret. They're not afraid to take them on, and that's going to be 2 kills over to Team Ray. Very unfortunate for Seda.
They had the Lord, but they were baited into a fight by Team Ray Young. And a quick punish followed. Now it's Team Ray Young looking to knock on those base turrets. The final one in the mid lane, but they have to still respect the Lord. It's Miku sent below to deal with this Lord. She should be able to deal with it as the rest of the team just goes for the Grand Theft Purple. It's Guy actually, no?
Okay.
Okay, she got it.
Yep, they're gonna be okay. Tan has her own purple buff in her hands, and the Lord is gonna be dealt with in just a bit by Miku all alone here in the bottom lane. But things have been a bit weird for both teams. I feel like it's somehow getting to them too, that we're reaching the 20-minute mark, and a lot of things are going to be much expensive, especially if you get taken out at this point. You will be having longer death timers. You see multiple immortality pickups too, but what is going to be the main task at this point for both Team Ray and Seda? Tan will not be as easy of a target to just take out the Firaga armor from. Guy 2 is 603 and doesn't seem like the best possible option if you just really want to go in for those pick-off attempts, because you really have to fight them head-on through team fights if you're looking at the composition from Team Ray. So at this point, Guy's just completely online, on top of the fact that Namai just picked up that holy crystal.
It's all about the late game now. Equipment built up, and we know when it comes to the late game, it comes down to how they're able to also
Red team have a
utilize
lot
the
of
macro. Though it's
lot of
strange to say,
advantage.
Seda have shown really good macro this game. The fact that they've left open those waves in the bottom lane, that's an exception. But now it matters the
Next.
most as to how they
Lord,
deal
Lord.
with the waves incoming.
Lord is
Quick-
involved.
Wait a second, Joe just went in.
They're fighting it here, not even near the Lord Pit. The Revitalizers are being forced out yet again. The AOG just nearby, already forced to pop. But no one's going down just yet. A knockback to onto Fanhua. Has the immortality, is gonna be okay. No one goes down in that exchange.
And this is quite beneficial for Team Ray Young if they're able to recall in time and get back up here, because the wave in the bottom lane is pushing towards Seda. And we know a common trend, Name
Oof.
getting the poke down on Tan, and she doesn't want to recall.
What?
Wave up top, pushing in, wave down below as well. This is where Team Ray Young make their moves.
Sadar already starting the Lord. Oh, flicker forced out of Name. Miku2 going in alongside Queen! But he gets bursted down. Fortunately, has the immortality, and the rest of the members of Team Ray are gonna catch up. Black Shoes already popped by Miku as well. But near the Lord Pit, Fanhua falls down first. Last Insanity coming in from Tan. Name still alive and fights Nora, but goes down too. Next, after Guy pops her own immortality. And it's looking to be a near wipeout for Seda. And Team Ray might not need the Lord anymore.
They had to fight that one 4v5 because Jessica was sent to deal with the waves. Bot and top all pushing in. Now you add another wave in mid and 4 Team Ray Young members.
It's a 1-0 in favor of Team Ray, closing out that game after 20 plus minutes of back and forth between macro and micro and team fights who did not look like team fights, but eventually they still got the win. It took them a while to get that though.
You gotta respect the minions. We're gonna throw it over to Damascus to take it from here.
I mean, absolute insanity in our first match of the day. You cannot make it up. That was back and forth too. At the beginning, it was looking like Team Ray was definitely about to cook up. Seda showed exactly why they got that big old upset yesterday, but at the end, Ray able to close it out.
Hey, that's what we want, man. 20 minutes long game to open the day, close as well. The big upset from yesterday, from Team Seda.
நல்ல match தான்.
Continuing
என்ன
the momentum right now, so there's a lot to talk about behind here. We see the players coming behind.
Yeah,
There's gonna be a strong
One
briefing.
more
You
Thank
can
you.
kind of
Good
feel
luck.
the energy radiating off from right now, ladies and gentlemen. $500,000 on the line in this event, and of course in this specific match, knockout phase qualification. The pressure is at an all-time high, and of course the level of gameplay is too. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and send it back over to our desk.
ரொம்ப டேங்கிங் எடுத்தனால வந்து டேமேஜ்ல கொஞ்சம் சொதுக்கிட்டாங்க.
Is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
Hey everybody, welcome back into the studio. Map number 1 has concluded, and what a map it was. Seda Esports gave it their all, but Team Ray Young, too strong. A lot to talk about, a breakdown. Let's start. I'm Taylor Reflections Noble, Eterna, Gideon. Nice to see you both. We watched that. I'm learning as we go. Gideon, thanks for the instructions. You know, Seda Esports, early on, you could tell they were in trouble. But mid-game to late game, they did start at least having some life.
I think a lot of it just comes down to Team Ray not being a little decisive here in certain moments, and I think that's a little scary on my part because my bias is leaning towards them. But at the same time, I think that Seda also needs to recognize, right? This is not the same Seda that we saw yesterday, and I think a lot of it just comes down to comforts in the draft, right? I think they had a plan in mind. It did not go the way they were looking for, and I think the laning phase is what really messed them up.
And I think to add to that is, I think Seita maybe tunnel vision so much on these team fights and these objectives that they really forgot to stick to their fundamentals, which is housekeeping of the minions. Multiple occasions we saw that Quinn was able to look for opportunities to look for a backdoor.
Sure.
Unfortunately, she was unable to get them, but the fact that that opportunity was there in the first place, it's a big question for Seita coming in.
And you know, let's go through some of these moments and take a look at the first one, because I want to piggyback off of what you just said in just a bit, especially with Seda versus Falcon Indonesia. But looking at this first point, Gideon, we are now 12 minutes in, and we've got a battle for the Lord.
Yeah, a lot of these problems come down to, hey, who are the trigger men, right? And in this case, it's going to be Namin as well as Fanhua. They have the most important jobs to have the RWM and the AOG combined together to get this really big impact. The problem is that a lot of the heroes on the side of Team Ray, it really boils down to the draft, right? Hey, what are you going to do when Lilia just black shoes away? They just flicker outside of the RWM. There's not a lot of winning scenarios unless they're able to catch not only the Claude, but also catching the X-Borg. And I think that was the hard part.
And let's go to the very end of the match where Team Ray ended up taking it for themselves. They end up pushing through, doing so after, I believe, close to that fight that we just witnessed, and then ultimately taking over the base and winning the round, which was, again, just a battle until the very end. Eterna, we're now 21 minutes into it, obviously getting towards the very end. A big team fight is one from the side of Team Ray, and they take advantage.
And that's the thing, like we were talking about housekeeping earlier, you can see that this team fight wasn't really in favor of Seita at this point because they were in a 4v5 situation, because unfortunately Jessica26, which has been the main backbone, I would say, to most of the team fights, most of the games that we saw yesterday, was not even there to help. Like, she was forced to do housekeeping, she was forced to be back in the base to try and clear this, and unfortunately it was just a disadvantage for Seita in that position.
And I want to go back to what you said just previously. You mentioned Seda Esports pushing fights, getting aggressive, at times probably even getting a little bit desperate. But if you go back to the commentary from Team Falcons Indonesia when Seda Esports ended up beating them, I felt Falcons Indonesia was doing much the same.
I guess so. But for Falcons Indonesia, I felt like it was more so on like the execution, the troubleshooting that they were unable to look for inside the game. The adaptations weren't there. And I think for me personally, the targeting was still very questionable from Team Falcon's ID.
That's actually exactly what I wanted to bring up, right? It's target priority here, right? Not only is it at a high level, it's a lot more difficult to do, but I think the interesting thing where we see these teams in particular play, it's not just about pushing, it's the constant push and pull, right? It's constantly adapting and changing on the fly. Hey, I may have an opportunity to backdoor. If it doesn't work out, maybe we force a fight. They need to make those decisions quick because, as you see, if Quinn is walking back and forth, nothing is happening.
Yeah. Well, hey, there was a lot of team comms. Obviously, you got to communicate well if you want to get the victory. Let's listen in to some of the team comms in map 1.
Kurang orang, Cak. Ni. Aku cari nyawa. Aku cari nyawa, guys. Carry. Nice, bro, guys. Thank you, guys. Kita boleh menang. Main. Bodoh, mas. Nice team. Thank you, Rotan. Thank you, Rotan.
Fun to listen into the team comms. Clearly pumped up. Team Ray getting that win, but they've got to do it again. If they do so and they manage to take down Team Seda, they move forward into the knockout stage, which, hey, big news. You're guaranteed 5th through 8th. These ladies fought hard. They really did. Seda Esports did everything they could, but they simply could not overcome the Team Ray Young roster, who played incredibly well. Talking about shortcomings, again, learning a lot from you, Gideon. Let's go through some of the shortcomings from the side of Seda Esports, because the commentators, they ended up mentioning, look, the macros were actually quite well for Seda Esports. So what ultimately ended up falling apart?
I think what ended up falling apart is just, unfortunately, the combination just needed to be executed more cleanly in the early stages of the game. Like, we see Jessica here getting run down in the middle lane, has to pop not only the ultimate, but also, at the same time, her battle spells. They could have sacrificed somebody else. They could have gotten Gato to just jump into the middle of the fight. It's the experience that we are seeing from both of these teams, and it feels like Team Ray Young are just a little snappier on their calls compared to Seda, where it's like, I need it to be definitive. This needs to be 100%.
And I like how we saw that clip earlier, because on top of everything that you've mentioned as well is, I'm going back to the point that I want Jessica26 to be on a hero that's a lot more active around the map. The Uranus is great for macro, it can control like minions and so on and so forth, but the fact of the matter is Jessica26 has been doing so much and is way more impactful when she's on heroes that are setters, like the Alices of the game, the Paquitos of the game. Naturally, the Paquito was a bad choice in that particular draft, so maybe they ought to prioritize Jessica26's hero earlier on, maybe?
I think that it depends on whether or not Esmeralda is going to get banned on blue side, particularly, right? And I think Team Ray Young, they've done their homework very clearly, right? I want to make sure that you're on something that doesn't have as much impact anymore. We're going to put you on Uranus, and hopefully you're going to just be somewhere out there in the galaxy, you know? Be as big as planet as you want, but we are attacking your team during the fights on neutral objectives.
Hey, going back to a critical moment that I was really impressed with, that backdoor attempt. You know, Seda, they were pushing, I think it was either mid or right lane hard. The backdoor attempt alleviates some of that pressure and forces Seda Esports to come back. The Team Ray, that was a heads-up play, the first one we've seen at least on main stage.
I think, all right, so yesterday, I think their backdoor attempt was a lot cleaner in terms of execution. This time, I think Quinn tried to force it a couple of times, like very clearly, and it costed them a team fight because of that. A better team would have gone all the way into their inhibitor at that point. So I think that Team Ray Young, there are a couple of things that they're going to have to work out upon.
Are they too reliant on that?
Away, yo!
Like Quinny, Claude, backdoor. I think everyone is going to be expecting that kind of strategy after this game as well, because that's how they were able to win against Aurora yesterday.
Maybe this is Pavlov's theory. If she tries to backdoor enough times, people are just going to assume she's clearly going to backdoor. Wait a minute, all 5 of them are here.
Let's just not leave our base, stay where we are, because, well, who knows, a backdoor attempt might be happening. I don't know, getting in the head, man. Look, playing a little bit different. One of the things about these two rosters, though, is they love to push the meta. They really do. They're tricky, and you know what? It seems to be paying off, at least for Team Ray Young so far. But I got a feeling, I really do. I think Seda Esports is about to tie this thing up. We're going game 3.
It could potentially.
I'm thinking about it.
Because if we're going back to the drafts here, Gideon, it was Seda, they were the ones that banned the Esmeralda, and they were the ones that prioritized Boxia. So could they go for something maybe differently come game 2?
You know, you got to keep the answer simple here. They just go red side, because really the priority, if the only thing you care about blue side is that you get that first pick, that one power pick that will kind of determine how your team composition plays, or a flexible option that can be spread out in different roles. Now that Seda is on red side, they get to react. They get the power 4 position here as 4th pick, where there's not much they can do about it. And I just want to bring this up. So many people have been banning out the Hirara. It's kind of an up and down here, and if a team on red side is banning out Hirara, sure. But when you go to blue side and you ban it out, it's kind of showing something here.
What do you think?
I think that a jungler can't play Hirara.
That's probable?
Look, I'm not...
Maybe she's not comfortable on it?
That's the thing. I feel like it's hard to say because we've seen so many different options from these ladies. They've shown us everything from Hanabi to Leslie.
Okay, I mean, if that's the case, where we are going to have to just work with it for the moment, because the Boxias now is going to be banned out. There is still an opportunity for that Esmeralda pickup. We've been talking about how powerful the Esmeralda has been, especially in that EXP lane after the buffs. The Glue and the Lilia gets eliminated. So are they signaling that they themselves perhaps want to pick up an assassin, right? But the Lilia ban to me is what I find quite intriguing.
I agree. I totally agree with you, because their first two bans are similar to what they did literally just now in game number 1, right? They got rid of the Atlas, they got rid of the Glue. But they decided to change it this time because Herrera is already gone and Zushin is going to be the first pick, followed up by Yves on the opposite end, and they're still thinking about what else to pair it with. Are you looking for supports here to guarantee your mid trio, or do you want to show your jungle early?
I mean, if they want to go back to the same thing that they did, earlier on, they could go for maybe another setup with a Yves, with a Gatakacha as well. There were moments that it worked, and obviously maybe game 1 was an adaptation period for them, so if they do want to work with that, they can. Or perhaps they want to prioritize their gold lane, right? We've seen that becoming, the fundamentals, especially in the first phase. Maybe a Claude that they want to pick up first, take that away from Team Ray.
Actually, that's a really good idea, considering that Quinn has been like the main driving force of these back doors and major decider of damage. I'm surprised that they actually go for the Khalid this time, but the follow-up is fast, super quick from Team Ray. They get the Esmeralda. Not a lot of counterplay to her, especially if you're thinking about Phoveus and Paquito. Getting the carry as well, just to make sure that they don't have another way to kind of deal with the heavy tanks.
Absolutely. I think this would show like maybe another, a dead lane. Do they want to go
Already capital to
matchup?
But then that's more, well, I guess Uranus eventually outscales her, but for like the most part, Esmeralda is going to control that side of the map.
Which definitely is a problem here.
தாராளமா போடு bro.
என்ன போட்டுருக்கீங்க?
தாராளமா போடு. நானும் போடுவோம் bro, நீ ட்ரை பண்ணும்போது.
66 really needs to get her hero down.
பிள்ளை இருக்க
And they
கூடாது.
are still
டார்க்
going to
சிஸ்டமா?
leave her
அப்படிதான்
hero into the
பண்ணுவேன்.
second phase.
நான்
The
ஜாலியா
first three
தானே
picks
பண்றேன். நான்
coming
என்ன
from
உன்னை
Seita,
டார்க்
I don't
சிஸ்டமா
know, with the
பண்றேன்?
Khalid and the Yves as well,
ஆமா.
it's signaling to us that
நான்
they
ஜாலியா
really want to
பண்றேன்.
play that mid.
இது வந்தே ட்ரை போடும்போது வந்து இது பாட்டு போற ஜாலியா இருக்கு அவனுக்கு.
Like they could set up for so many different things, right? In this position, based on the next two bans we see for each either of these teams, for Seita, I'm thinking the classic Fredrin Arlet type situation. But again, you know where Esmeralda is going to go, and Arlet is going to struggle a little bit, so they might need to have a little bit of force up on that EXP lane.
So maybe that's what they're going for, right? Like, okay, we'll play that as a weak lane, and then they utilize that later in particular team fights afterwards.
Possibly. There's many different angles that they can go for, right? I feel like the Fredrin makes a lot of sense now that Baxia is gone, but then there's still Akai as a potential problem. Actually getting banned out here. Looks like Seita putting a lot of respect.
I feel like it's an assassin. I feel like it's an assassin in the jungle for Seita.
Like a Haya?
That's the thing. We don't really know so far just yet. She's picked up the Baxi in the past. She's picked up the Hirara in the past for, Zoe. And both of those are
இல்ல இப்ப நான்
actually banned
PC ல ஏதாச்சும் கேம் போனேனா அந்த கேம் சவுண்ட்
I think
கேக்குமா
I'm
என்ன?
like, let's just make it real easy here, right? If we're going to guess jungle picks, all we really have I think you are dead right about this, Alberto. With the Kaja ban as well, it's got to be an assassin.
But what assassin?
I'm thinking it's got to be one of the ninjas, right?
Maybe Nolan though.
Ooh, Nolan into this?
I mean, they have a strong
Download
duo
பண்ணல.
mid in Yves and Khalid. They can work with that. Nolan clears very fast as well in the enemy jungle.
I think they can save it for the end. I think they don't have to show their jungle pick
Take a
here
look.
right now and wait until Team Ray reveal everything, because you can immediately take an EXP counter matchup against the Esmeralda. I'm thinking like just throw them off the scent a little bit, put in a Yuzong and say, hey, we have diving capabilities. What are you going to do now?
What do you think about the Terizlas of the world?
Might be a little tough, actually. Mainly only because there's carry on the opposite side. That's really the determining factor. Oh, Yi Sun Shin.
Okay, semi-assassin. That's I think we saw a Y assassin
டிஜி
stream
ப்ரோ
B.
100 ரன் சுடுறது வாங்கிறேன்.
Is that going to be enough, though? Yi Shin, yes, is still able to kind of like outmaneuver a large majority, but now Team Ray can technically respond to this, so they're sacrificing the jungle. Yep, there we go. instantly they have something that goes into the jungle to invade, to punish the early game and the null. So you called it here already, Eterna.
Okay, but on the opposite side, the Nolan does come through, and luckily enough for Team Ray as well, that they are playing on dangerous grass, so the Hilda is going to be able to be a lot more aggressive. I love the Hilda Khalid matchup in particular for the mid. It's going to be a very interesting matchup, but the last pick now, it's going to be for Jessica26. It's going to be as vital as ever for this to be a power pick for her too.
This last pick, again, are you liking Team Ray's composition so far? Do they have your favor, or is it the Seda side now that you see the Phobius?
I like the Phobius against the Nolan.
Okay, because for me, it's going to be down to the junglers. I don't know about you, Taylor, but I'm looking at either the Korean commander of their naval army or the time traveler. I'm thinking time traveler.
Time traveler for sure, man. You can do a lot if you can travel in time. You could do that, man. You could get the winning lottery numbers. Check it out. It's going to be a big matchup for sure, and a big comeback needed for Seda Esports. Will they be able to do it, or will we have 2-0s all again here on Stream A? Well, let's see what Team Ray Young has in store. They are one round away from moving forward to the knockout stage and potentially securing the championship later on. Brigitte, Mirko, let's get it started.
Panel yet again, man. We are in to the matchup, and just as Gideon mentioned, asked around the panel. I would like to know your
கொஞ்சம் கவுண்ட் எடுத்துட்டு இது பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். என்னடா வாங்க ஸ்டாக் வாங்க
I
பாத்துட்டு
will
இருக்கேன்.
have to go for the Esmeralda. Mainly because
நீ வர சும்மா ப்ரோ நாளை கழிச்சு இப்ப சனிக்கிழமை வெள்ளிக்கிழமை இப்ப வீக்லி வருது. அதுக்கு இடையில இப்ப நான் வந்து சும்மா ரீசர்ச் பண்ண வேண்டியது இருக்கு. ஏன்னா நாளைக்கு ஸ்பின்னுக்கு வீக்லில இருந்து 20 டைம் கிடைச்சிரும். அப்ப அப்புறம் 5 டைம் தான் இருக்குது. அது ஒரு ஸ்பின் பண்ணிடுவேன். மறுநாள் ஸ்பின் பண்ணப்ப மறுநாள் ஸ்பின்னுக்கு 5 டைம் இருக்காது. அதுக்கு நான் ரீசர்ச் பண்ணணும். அதுக்கு நான் பண்றேன் வச்சிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஆமா இத்துறக்கே நான் டைரக்ட் காசு இல்லாம உட்கார்ந்திருக்கேன் நானே.
I agree with you, especially considering again this Nolan pick is just so.
பொண்ணுங்க ஆடுறது பார்த்தேன்னு வச்சுக்கேன். இவங்க பிக் கொஞ்சம் டிஃபரன்ஸா இருக்கு. நோலான்ல எடுக்கறாங்க. இப்ப இருக்கு.
எந்த பொண்ணு ப்ரோ?
டோர்னமென்ட் பொண்ணுங்க தான் ஆடிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
அதே ப்ரோ நீ பாக்குற?
பாக்குறேன் பாக்குறேன்.
ப்ரோ ஏ அம்மாட்ட சொல்றேன். பொண்ணுங்கள டோர்னமென்ட் பாக்குறேன்னு
தாராளமா சொல்லுங்க.
50% change. And
கண்டிப்பா
that's
சொல்லுங்க ப்ரோ.
huge for Seda, who definitely want to speed up
சொல்லியா?
things a bit because they do have to scale.
நான் கண்டிப்பா சொல்லுவேன்.
Double marks
ஒரு பிரச்சனை இல்ல ப்ரோ. உங்க அம்மா மாதிரி தான் கிடையாது.
so they definitely need as much as they can. But fortunately for Team Ray, they've been controlling majority of their lanes so far, and the carry Claude matchup is pretty much something you've seen happen time and time again. It's been an okay lane for them. Nora, two games in a row, early game has controlled the lane against Jessica, who we are not really seeing the setups from just yet. The same level of aggression we saw from her yesterday against Team Ray this time. And even the minions in the mid have been under control by both Miko and Chiboy, so this next turtle is looking to be like a huge advantage for Team Ray, considering that Nora's up level 4 too.
Yep. They're not actually going to utilize this level E just yet. Zoe gets level 4 with the Lizard down below. Nora up top against Jessica. Both level 4, but again from Miku. She's going to be delayed a little bit from getting that level 4. Very soon, though, she'll have it. And Nami is actually still behind. This looks great for Team Ray Young.
Tan is just going to focus on the turtle as Chiboy and Miku are going to be in charge of zoning out Fanhua. Joe could not even approach the turtle either. Mountain Shocker already committed, but they've already gotten the turtle. Look at what she's able to do against Jessica 66.
Yeah, those buffs on the Esmeralda really showing. Those nerfs on the Phobias really showing as well. This matchup wasn't really a good matchup even before the patch, but after the patch, it'll really be a lot more difficult for Jessica to go 1v1. She has to just participate in the fights, going in for those dark waves instead of going 1v1 against Nora. Especially with the Bargain Hunter, man. Nora, if she gets more of these golds, if she's able to participate in more of those fights, almost a kill in mid with a fracture on Name. And now they're going to be looking for bottom lane for sure. They already have this winning matchup that they didn't have last time around. Chiboy's cutting.
Yeah, the more that the map opens up, the more things are gonna be difficult for Joe. Just look at this one level gap already existing between our two junglers, and it could just turn into more if Team Ray find the more successful rotations across the map, which I feel like they're very comfortable doing already. There's not much pressure on the mid lane. You don't really expect to see Jessica out of nowhere, because Nora's been the first to rotate out always, almost every single time. And a fraction right here, forcing out the BMI with a lot of damage already. That's a lot of threat for Guy and all the other Slushy heroes. What kid? Chiboy taking first blood against the jungler of Seta. What a way to start this game after 3 minutes of them just farming, and now Quinn also finding Guy. How unfortunate for Seta.
Sokolil for the Hilda against Joe on the Yisun Shin. And that's why the panel was questioning the YSS choice, especially with the Claude and the Eve already picked up, with an Esmeralda basically guaranteeing XP matchup. Hilda just free to go all over the map into the jungle. All the way from level 1, we saw how oppressive Chiboy could be on the Hilda.
Yeah.
And there's no respect from the rest of Seta. Or rather, maybe they just have so many things to deal with. Fanhua should definitely be walking together with Zoe. But even up top, they won't be able to get rid of the carry. Quinn's all good. That's another neutral objective for free. The Team Ray Young, they're trying to commit onto this, man. Mountain Shocker utilized, but the whole team's coming over.
Yep. That was a trade attempt, but then you clearly see how quick the responses are from Team Ray. They already decided to switch lanes, and yes, things have been really fast-paced for Team Ray at this point. Just Chiboy not letting go of Joe. The level gap still continuing to grow, and really just focusing on almost every single structure that they're able to take away from Seta at this point. It's a much cleaner execution that you're seeing from them, and you feel the confidence coming in. They're starting to show a bit more of those recalls, and the Crimson Beacon in comes in from
Jessica.
They're trying to take on Jessica, and it won't take long for them to find the kill. Fanhua trying to look for an angle from behind, but it's not going to be enough. Nora jumping in too, and that's all they need. Seta don't have the damage yet to take on a fight.
Seta don't have the damage, they don't have the sustain, they don't have anything to facilitate the box, the front to back that they desperately want to play with. And if Fanhua can get bursted like that, you're in for some trouble. That's the main frontliner. If the fracture combo lands on Zoe, Name, or Guy, it's gonna be good night. It's only a 600 gold lead between the junglers, but then you look at everybody across the board and it's just constant 1v1 wins all over.
Yep.
Quinn's getting a turret down below. They've already gotten rid of all tier 1s in the side lanes, and this will make it so easy for them to go and sandwich them inside of their own jungle.
Oh, Chiboy. Chiboy on this Hilda is really not making things any easier for Seta. Now they're on their way to securing their third turret in this game. All tier 1 turrets have fallen down, and now they're on the road to taking on more kills as well. Fanhua going down. Guy
Download for
the lockups of the Lantern Flare. Still get to find the trade, however, though. And Jessica's now finding 2 as well.
Easy, bro.
Oh,
Team Ray Young had
Dude.
3 members there, and they still
எனக்கு
won
இன்னும்
out in the trade.
270 டோக்கன் கிடைக்கும். வேணும். கிடைக்குமா? வீக்கெட்ல.
It's a dream for Team Ray Young.
Factor already used. Jessica's just sustaining
என்ன எப்படி
everything
சொல்ற?
along the way.
கிடைக்குமா?
Now
கிடைக்காதா?
is somehow
கிடைக்கும்.
a threat for Seta or for Team Ray. If you look at it, they're not able
உங்களுக்கு
to
இன்னும் எவ்வளவு
burst
token,
them
bro?
down as quickly. Tan still gets to steal away that
200
purple buff
500
from Seta, so they're
500 தாண்டிங்களா?
working their way around denying objectives and
Okay,
opportunities
first
for
of
Seta
500,
to catch up, as
second
they've
of
already
1000
established
கிட்ட
the
வந்தாலே
3k
போதும்.
gold lead that you're currently looking at. But again, if they've already
Bro,
started
confirm
this
bro.
really fast, they
Let's
might
direct
want to keep it
confirm
that way, because we are starting to
எடுத்து
feel
டைரக்டா பார்க்காம வாங்க
that Seta
பார்த்துக்கலாம்.
are still a scaling comp.
That is true. And they did get a bounty on Chiboy.
அவனும் கன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணல என்ன ஸ்கின்னு சொல்லி பார்க்கலாம்.
The rest of the
அது கொல்லும் குழப்பமாவே தான் இருக்கு.
not, and that's why the gold lead has stayed relatively untouched. It did not move 4,400 gold lead. They're still pushing in. They have the map control. And there's just no way for you to walk in your own jungle, walk in to defend these turrets when you have to group up together and set up a box. Quinn's gonna get a free turret up top. And now the siege happens. They're just constantly going to play the macro game, split Seda up, prevent the box from being formed by Seda, and then slowly dissect them with the Lord takes into these turrets.
Yeah, Quinn's been a bit too
Elite
free
skin
on
selecting
these turret
chest.
takes, on these movements across the map, and now it's Fanhua who every single time
இல்ல அந்த
she
லாகின்
decides to
ரிவால் ஏதோ
show up,
எலைட் ஸ்கின்
seems to be
செஸ்ட்னு
like
ஒன்னு
an option
கிடைச்சிருக்கு.
for Team Ray to just burst
ஏதாச்சும்
அதுல
எலைட்
வந்து
ஸ்கின்
doesn't look like they
வாங்கிக்கலாம்.
have enough
அதான்
damage to do so.
அதுல
I think we
நான்
already
வந்து
saw
ஆமன்
this
எடுத்தேன்
earlier on, but
மினிசி
again,
மினிசி
again,
மினிசியோட ரைட்
we
இருக்கு
look
பாரு
at her
மினிசி
just
பெரும்பாலும் யூஸ் பண்றது இல்ல
she
அமன் யூஸ்
does
பண்ண மாட்டேன்
much
இருந்தாலும்
damage
ஆமன்
as they
எடுத்தேன்
can.
ஏன்னா மினிசி அதோட ஆமனுக்கு கொஞ்சம் ட்ரெஸ் எல்லாமே மாறும்
Now it's just mainly Joel
ஆமா
trying to
மின்செட்
push
கூட
up the waves, and fortunately
ஆமா
they
நல்லா
get
இருக்கு
one,
ஆனா
but
ஏமன்
that's the place where the Lord's about to spawn. So either way, Team Ray
யார்
is
ப்ரோ
definitely
யூஜாங்க
gonna keep
ஐயோ
that in
யூஷிங்
check and are
இப்படி ஒரு
going
ஸ்கின்
to
வினோதமா
actually
இருக்கு.
burst it down
Pokemon மாதிரி.
right as it just spawns on the map.
யார் ப்ரோ
With a carry and a Nolan,
அதுக்கு
all
ஸ்டோர்ல இருக்க
ahead,
ஸ்கின்
that
நல்லா
Lord
இருக்கு.
is another minion to Team Ray Young. One
லொலிட்டா
thing's for
இந்த
sure
ஆல்ரெடி
though,
இருக்கு.
even if Seda scale into the late game, their front
மின்செட்டோட
liners
இந்த
don't.
எப்படி
Jessica,
இந்த ஸ்கின் தான்
Fanhua,
மின்செட்
they're on
இருக்கு.
heroes that just don't scale into the late game, and the fact that they're just so behind early on. Look at
தான்
that level
ப்ரோ
lead.
கலெக்டர்
Jessica to
போட்டன்ல அது
Nora.
ஒர்க்கே ஆகல மின்செட்
Oh
இருக்கு.
my goodness. That's a 3-level lead between the XP lane.
எடுத்துரு,
Nora's just
எடுத்துரு.
having a blast in that lane. And if you even look at the roam right now, it's a level advantage for Chi-Boy. Every time I think I've seen Fanhua Raging Sandstorm out away, it's been defensive. It's never been aggressive.
Yeah, never been aggressive.
Sorry, I made that mistake.
எனக்கு அவ்வளோ ஒன்றும் பெருசா டிஃபரன்ஸ் தெரியல.
They can't afford to. They can't afford to. We're waiting
அதை எடுத்தேன்
a perfect opportunity for them to actually either
இன்னொன்னு ஒரு
isolate
எபிக்
Ember
எலைட்
or
ஸ்கின்
not
இருக்கும் அது
just
நல்லா இருக்கும்.
get counter engaged enough
அது
by
நல்லா
Team
இருக்கு.
Ray, because T-Boy, everyone else, Quinn are just all too free to find the targets that they
Bro,
want. Now they've synced up all
குலதெய்வம் யார்
their
bro?
waves and are on the verge of taking out all these holy shields
சொல்லு bro.
from Seda just 10 minutes into
தெரியாதுயா?
this game. They also have incoming
குலதெய்வம்
waves
குலதெய்வம்
yet to come in
தெரியாது.
the mid lane.
சூப்பர்
Seda are
தெரியாத
just really
குலதெய்வத்து
forced
மேல
to
ஒரு
play
ஸ்கின்
defensive at this
ஹெல்பெட்டுக்கு
point.
கொடுத்துருங்க லெஜெண்ட் ஸ்கின்.
They can afford to make plays later on. They can start
கொடுக்கல.
things
ஐயோ ஏதோ
off with
குக்கிங் டைப்
either
கொடுத்துருக்காங்க.
Fanhua or Jessica
ஸ்கின்
66, but do they have
ஓ மின்செட் அனுப்பி
enough
நம்ம ஃபேமிலி இதை
resources?
இன்க்ரீஸ்
Because at
பண்ணலாம்.
that point, you just saw it now. Fanhua was struggling to stand in front of Team Ray for more than 2 seconds, but Jessica actually tries to go in. There goes the real world manipulation, but T-Boy actually still finds the kill. Okay, Jessica 66 is finally going down, but from behind Tan actually finds Name. Fanhua trying to sustain everything up against 3, but they're just all too tanky. Nora picks up the kill, and that's 3
Project
for 1
now.
in favor of Team Ray.
நல்லா தான் இருக்கு ஆனா
Again, Team Ray Young, they look for the fight, they get it. Quinn died again. This time, Fanhua able to connect on the
அடுத்த
Raging
ஃப்ரீயா கொடுத்தாங்க
Sandstorm, and everything just played out the way
ஃப்ரீயா
they
கொடுத்த
wanted.
ஸ்கின்னே நல்லா
Unfortunately,
இருக்கு
there's still no
அதனால
bounty, and that's the thing. Team
ராஜருக்கு
Ray Young
என்கிட்ட வந்து
constantly
3
take these
2
scouts,
ஃப்ரீயா
they constantly go for these sieges,
ஃப்ரீயா
and
கொடுத்த ஒன்று
they'll
இருக்கு
go
அது இல்லாம ஒரு
and take
எபிக்
these
ஒன்று இருக்கும்
desperate
இருக்கும்
fights from
தெரியுமா
Seda because they know they have the lead, they have the win condition as well.
அந்த
As
எபிக்
long
ஓட
as they
நார்மல்
don't
வெர்ஷன்
fight
இருக்கு
under
ரெண்டு
the
வெர்ஷன் வச்சிருக்கேன்
RWM, they are good. As long as they're able to break the box, or rather play around the box, it's A-okay. And Seda, we know this. They have good clear. It's about
என்ன
how
paint?
long they can extend the game, how long they can delay the end.
Yeah.
Because if they're able to get to, let's say, 16, 17-minute mark, that's where their composition should shine. Thing is, though, there's still some legit threats into their backline. Chi-Boy and Tan, we saw how much damage Name could take with a fracture combo. It's an insta-delete button.
Yeah, the only good thing out of that was it's really
நான் என்ன
quick.
சொன்ன
They got
ராஜர்
to take
எபிக்
down
நிறைய
first,
தடவை
which I think
கம்மியாவே
gave them a
விட்டாங்க.
slight advantage in terms of just committing to the fight, because you wouldn't really expect any further damage from Team Ray when it came to that point. But other than that, there was still Tan, there was still T-Boy, there were still other members who could play around the angles, and just as you're looking at it right now, Team Ray are not going to waste any
ராஜர் ஸ்கின்னையும்
time
கொடுத்து
and
அடுத்த
burst
ஸ்பின்
down
ராஜருக்கு
this
அந்த ஸ்கின்னோட
next
பெயிண்டர்
objective
ஸ்பின்
that's
கொடுத்தாங்க
spawned. It's an enhanced lord that they're
சரி
seeing in their hands
நானும்
with
அப்போ
no
அதில்
enemy
ஏம்
shields
பண்ணி
left,
எடுக்கிறேன்
so it's
அதனால எனக்கு
looking
வேற எதுவும்
grim
மினாட்ரோக்கு
for
ஸ்கின்
Seta
இருக்கு
in terms of their remaining base turrets.
மின்செட்டாரா
Quick item
ஆமனாங்கும்
check
போது
as well
மின்செட்டோட
at
ஆமன்
how
கொஞ்சம் கலர்லாம்
far
மாறுது.
behind
ஆமா
Jessica
உனக்கு கையில
is
வெப்பன் கலர்
in
மாறும்
terms
ட்ரெஸ்
of
கலர்
gold.
மாறும்
We saw the XP diff.
க்ளோத் மோட்ல
Now we see the
போகும்போதும்
gold
ஹெல்த்தில்
diff. That
போகும்போதும்
is
கலர்
a
மாறுது.
whopping 3,000
இவ்வளோ
almost gold
விஷயங்கள் இருக்கும்போது
advantage
நான் ஏன்
between the XP. And ladies and
சும்மா இருக்க
gentlemen,
மேட்ச் எடுக்கணும்ன்றீங்களா?
Edward is a scaling pick here compared to the Phobias. The Phobias the one who needs this lead early on. It's another siege again, this time with the Lord up top.
Okay, they're definitely losing
ஆப்புக்காரி
one
ஐயோ
of
இது என்ன
their base
பாட்டு
turrets at
ரீல்ஸ்ல
this
பார்த்து
point.
பார்த்து வாயில
Multiple
வந்துட்டே
minions
இருக்கு பைத்தியமா
crashing
உலட்டு
towards the base, but Jessica 66 again starts the final offset of Blazing doing the real world manipulations. They find Quinn, one of the most important kills Seda could have picked in that moment.
And it's back-to-back kills on the gold lane. Quinn falling, Tan waiting in the bush with a fracture combo. Fanhua starting to scale up as well when it comes to the tankiness. He's able to withstand a little bit more punishment from Team Ray Young. And this is exactly what we were talking about. If Seda can wait, prolong the game, extend it all the way to 16, 17 minutes, this is where the composition will start to really tear Team Ray Young apart. They have a pretty good comp to fight around outside of the base, but once they're kind of stopped into playing, when they're forced to play in the box of Seda, we see how easy it is for them to burst Quinn down. And this is where, for Quinn, that glass cannon build isn't working out. We're going to have to see a little bit more defensive items from Quinn here. Either win a crown or an immortality, or heck, maybe just a straight up rose gold to deal with Name.
It really makes me wonder how it happened twice in a row, though. Like them just really getting to pinpoint where the gold laner of Team Ray is and making sure that their resources are enough to take her down, because essentially that's the most crucial part of the game. Like, they take her out, there's not much push threat, but now it's Team Ray trying to start up a fight. Fanhua getting knocked up and now is trying to escape. Quick Sandguard trying to survive, but Miku finally picks the kill. And at least a successful attempt from Team Ray this time. We cannot take away the fact that this is still an almost 10k gold lead. It's just that they're not able to close it out. And Seda are doing such a great job at just prolonging this entire game.
It's an unstoppable force versus an immovable object right now. And Seda, they're the ones inside of their base, immovable, holding on for dear life, having a composition to do so, clearing it out so quickly. But anytime they step out of their base, it gets really tough. Team Ray Young are the ones that can cut, again, with Tan, with Chiboy, through the jungles of Seda. Just because Seda have no map pressure. Anytime they walk up their own jungle, they don't know what they're walking into. A possible trap by Team Ray Young. And again, even if they want to walk up to Lord, they will never be in time for the contest. It's a carry and a Nolan. Every time it's up, it just gets bursted down. And this is the third Lord of the game. 6 neutral objectives, this time around, all going to the hands of Team Ray Young. But as long as Seda play it clean, as long as Name, Joe, and Guy inside of their own base turrets, force those RWMs, punish Quinn on these siege attempts, they'll be able to defend. They have great wave clear.
Yeah, it seems like the blueprint is going to say the same for Seda. They don't want to fight this outside their base. They know how to play that surprise attempt they've been going for twice in a row. And with a Winter Crown pickup for Jessica as well, I feel like they can be more creative in terms of their approach, because Team Ray definitely by this point has to expect what's to come, right? They should have an idea of roughly what Seda are trying to do all over again in this upcoming Lord Siege. So let's see how they respond as these waves come crashing in yet again on the base. Losing out on 2 base turrets already for Seda, but they're not starting a fight just yet. They're dealing with the Lord, they're dealing with things one by one. Knockers from the Lantern Flare, Fanhua and Jessica are not going for the engage, and now it's Team Ray who find the perfect engage. They're going for Quinn all over again, but this time Quinn actually gets to survive. Fanhua falls next, Jessica 66 will actually force her way through, and they find the kill again, but is it gonna be enough? Guy trying to join in, pushing Team Ray back, and another successful defense from Seda is accomplished inside the base.
It's all about creating the box, and Seda have created a box again in their own base. Team Ray Young, they can be as creative as they can, but it just, as long as they can't penetrate through that box, get all the backliners in one fell swoop, it won't be enough. So at this point for Team Ray Young, they're going to look at the Evolved Lord. That's the only way to end this. They need a damage reduction from the Evolved Lord to just go straight in and brute force their way into getting the crystal. For Seda, it's now or never to contest. They've extended the game to a point where this should be their win condition. Heck, Joe,
Joe, gotta be careful there. He doesn't have a way out. The Lantern Flare, actually escapes. Not
using the flicker for Fanwa though, but that was close. Super close for Joe. A 0-3 for Yi Sun-shin, definitely not the best time, but this is a time where you should feel the threat of a Yi Sun-shin scaling into the late game. I agree, it's now or never. Might as well get out of their base and try to look for an angle. And they should assign the right people to create that path, to find a way through, but it seems like the Lord is not the choice. They're going through the opposite side, if anything. But Team Ray also have that area scouted out.
It's just housekeeping for Seda. They're clearing out the wave in the bottom lane first. They want it to be even here. Then they can go and try to look for an opening over on this Lord. And again, when it comes to the Evolved Lord, yes, Team Ray Young have been able to burst it down, but that's when it wasn't Evolved. Whoa, everything thrown!
It did not connect. Tan is alive, and now it's a counter engage from Team Ray, but Seda fully respect that as well. But without a conceal, Team Ray can anticipate the entry points for Seda. They do not have to worry about a surprise steal. They are bursting down this Evolved Lord, and Seda are forced to play defense again.
Seda, the one time a window opened for them when they have their power spikes. They couldn't keep it clean, they couldn't stay composed, they went straight for the first man they saw, and it was Tan on the Nolan in mid. One of the most mobile heroes in the game, and they decide to gamble on catching her. Didn't pay off, that's for sure. Now, they're gonna have to build that box again, but unfortunately, I think this box will be dented. That's an Evolved Lord, full of damage reduction. With the whole team playing for the waves as well. They won't even go for the one straight push. They will build the waves in side lanes. Then they'll group up in mid to look for the end. This is the wave to end the game if there's any to do with it. Seda, can they defend?
Oh no, Tan actually finds Joe, brings her down to half HP, and Fanwa too, popping the immortality and going down, falling Starbound onto 3, and the Lord already inside the base. Quinn is trying her best just to gain access, but her immortality gets popped too, but it's gonna be okay. Team Ray are finally able to find the winning push as they take out 3 from Seda and secure the 2-0.
It's a knockout stage. Slot confirmed in for Team Ray Young. And for Seda, they've made their mark on the MLBB scene, but they're gonna have to go through a grueling lower brackets to make it to the top 8, to make it to the knockout stage. Yet another climb. For Team Ray Young though, the damage reduction of the final Lord, every single neutral objective in game 2 going towards them. We knew it was coming, it was just a glimpse of hope.
Yeah.
A little bit in the skies for Seda. It shined bright quite a bit a couple of times, but then the one time that they had the chance to fight, to contest for the Lord, they blew it through Tan's crazy move. Sidestepping, dashing away from all those initiation tools.
Yeah. They burned so much of their resources at that point. The flickers, the raging sandstorms, and everyone just trying their best to keep up for that pickoff attempt. You would understand the frustration that you would see from their faces after that match. But I believe we get to talk to the players and we throw it to the stage.
Now that was an absolutely amazing performance. Now what a showing from Malaysia, Team Ray Young. I would say, coming up with terms from what I see, macro maestros or even menaces. And right here I have Queen beside me.
Attitude, dialectic, bro.
So yes, for you would be, 2-0 straight up for 2 days in a row. Is this the result that you guys have been expecting?
Yes.
உண்மை சொல்லு bro, நீ யாரு bro?
What
அமைதியா
you guys do to ensure that you guys got the success that we're witnessing here today?
இல்ல ப்ரோ, தொண்டை எரியுது. த்ரோட் பெயின் இல்ல, தொண்டை எரிச்சலா இருக்குன்னு தெரியல. நானும் தண்ணி குடிச்சு பார்க்கறேன், தேசம் மட்டும் குறைய மாட்டேன்.
What do you guys prepare?
What are you guys prepared? We prepare a lot of screams. A lot of screams, and we always review the games. So like, we read how they play and what's their draft. That's where we like do our own draft and try to counter their draft lah.
Like specifically on Seda or on every opponent that you have been meeting?
with Seita.
Oh, with Seita, so a lot of homework has been done. And taking a look at our venue here, we're very excited. Damascus, we do have a question for Quinn.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. Of course, you know, people supporting the regions. You have plenty of
நீங்க
fans at
ஏதோ
home.
பாவம்
And people
பண்ணிருக்கீங்க.
all the way from Malaysia as well in the venue. Do you have any words for the people who are supporting you all the way from Malaysia?
Thank you for supporting us. Thank you yang datang. Can I speak Malay? Thank you yang datang dari Malaysia. Keep supporting us. Kita orang akan buat yang terbaik. Okay.
Thank you so much. Please, can you make a bit more noise?
பாத்தியா ப்ரோ இவ்வளவு பெரிய ஈவென்ட்ல கூட நாக்கிங் பண்ற பையன் பார்த்தா ஒரு சட்டை ஒரு பேண்ட் அவ்வளவுதான்.
And the next few matches, let's throw it back to the studio.
மாடா ட்ரெஸ் போட்டாங்க. ஓஹோ யோ இதுல பாத்தியா கிரின்சோலோக்கார ஆடு கொடுத்திருக்கான் MLB-ல.
என்னது?
இப்ப MLB லைவ் டோர்னமெண்ட் ஓடிட்டு இருக்கல, டோர்னமெண்ட்டுக்கு இப்ப நடுவுல வந்து ஆடு அவங்க ஆடு போடுவாங்க ஸ்பான்சருக்கு. கிரின்சோலோ ஆடு காசு
கிரின்சோலோக்கார என்னையா பண்ணாங்க அவனுக்கு இந்த கேம் கொலாப் அனிமே கொலாப்னாலயோ
எவ்ரிதிங் அனிமி. ஓ அதாவது கிரின்சோலும் பார்த்தனா ஒரு காலத்துல வந்து ஐயனே மாதிரி இவங்களும் பார்த்தா ஒரு பைரட்ஸ் வெப்சைட் தான். சொன்னோம் ஒரு வீடியோல பார்த்தேன். அவங்களும் இந்த மாதிரி பைரட்ஸ் இருந்தாங்க தான். அப்புறம் வந்து ஒரு கம்பெனி ஓன் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் பார்த்தனா வந்து அபிஷியலா வந்து காசு கொடுத்து வாங்க ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க. அதனாலதான் இவனுக்கு வந்து என்ன வெப்சைட் தெரியும். இதே வெப்சைட் வந்து பைரட்ஸ் வெப்சைட் பெருசு அவனுக்கு தெரியும். அதனாலதான் தெரிஞ்சு கரெக்டா குதிச்சு அடிக்கிறான். அது காரணம் இவன் பைரட்ஸ் தான். பைரட்ஸ் இருந்தா மாறின உடனே தக்காளிட்டே அடிச்சு ஒழிக்கணும் சொல்லி ஒழிச்சு இது பண்ணிட்டான்.
ஒரு பெரிய ஷேடோக்குள்ள போய் ஒளிஞ்சு எல்லாத்தையும் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் எல்லாரையும் போட்டு போடணும்.
Drafting alongside with in-game decisions led to their inevitable defeat. I think this one, it was not looking good from the get-go. The draft, they had no winning lanes. They had no real way to kind of open up and were...
Well, let's take a look at our first play of the game and break it down, right? Because game 2 wasn't as long as game number 1, but still just as exciting nonetheless. And as we take a look at our first moments overall, I'm curious what you guys think because, you know, early on, there was a big battle for the first turtle, and it was Team Ray Young who was able to get that, setting them up early on. But as we get deeper and deeper in, we start to look at a base fight. What ended up unfolding?
I think that the hard part about it is just as this base fight, it's kind of unavoidable in a lot of these cases, mainly because of how much money that they have, right? They have such an inflated economy.
நான் நிஜமாவே பிக் ஃபேன் யா.
எதுக்கு ஃபேன்?